start a show called Two Guys and Some Whiskey. Just fixing shit and drinking whiskey. Today we're drinking some Knob Creek. It's some pretty good stuff, one of my favorites. And we're working on Pete's project here. Would you go ahead and tell us what that is?
We are going to flatten and mostly debone a chicken. We will remove most of the bones except the ones in the legs and the wings. And then we will season it and grill it. We're doing one or two in a kind of a Hispanic Mexican seasoning, and then another one in barbecue for the 4th of July.
Get yours done so quickly.
I don't just drink. I smoke that too.
Alright, so now, what do we do here?
Here, I got another one here I can do.
Oh, okay. Slow down this time a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Alright, now slow it down for those in the back.
that's right.
You gotta remove the plastic if it decides it wants to. Apparently it's optional. And what I like to do is save these parts, right? For a chicken stock. You save the bones and save the insides and make a stock out of it. Probably the best stock you'll ever have.
I don't know, I've got some Delta stock. I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Oh, and there's some ACB.
Yeah, Aurora Cannabis.
Yeah.
We both got that.
That's a pretty good stock, I guess.
I like that. Should definitely buy from Aurora Cannabis only, please.
We're not asking you to pay for our channel, we're just asking you to buy some stock. It's easy.
So Mike will start cutting into the backbone.
Right here, and it's from each side of it.
From the tail up is the easiest way to go.
Oh, okay.
So from the tail to the neck.
So this is how you debone a chicken, apparently.
From here, start it right.
Right down here.
Yeah. So
Okay.
turn it around. So
Oh, okay.
cut towards yourself.
That's not natural for me to be cutting toward myself.
Here, you want to try this knife? This knife might be a little sharper.
Yeah, this thing's dull.
And what you have to do is you have to break the bones in the back here, you see? As you work up towards the head or where the neck would have been.
Ah, I see. So you got to break these little bones in here. Off the little like ribs. They're like the ribs.
Yeah.
Break a rib or two. Takes a little bit
And
of
don't
pressure
worry
to
if
do
you
that.
get a little bit of meat and you don't get all the bone off, because, like I said, we're going to make a stock with the parts that we cut off.
Okay. So I'm just cutting on both sides of the backbone here.
And it's not always easy, but like as in life, anything worth doing usually isn't that easy.
That's why I usually don't do anything. My teacher said that once. You know, if it's hard to do, it's probably worth doing. And I said, if it's hard to do, I probably don't want to do it. So I cut this off or break it off?
Whatever's easiest.
Alright. Well, I'm glad you're so technical here for the people.
There you go. Now you just toss that in the pot here. And that's the pot for the soup stock.
Smoking some pot?
Now, I like to get some of the bones that I can see out. And what you want to do is find the little knuckle. You see that little
What's still
round
on the
ball
ribs?
there?
What are you talking about?
And kind of work around that knuckle to get that bone out. I like to get as much of the bones that I can see out as possible for the soup stock. And you can freeze the soup stock and keep for a while. You use it when you need it.
How do you know when you need it?
Oh, it goes good in, like, if you want to flavor up your mashed potatoes a little bit.
So what is hot chicken?
Flat chicken is where you remove the backbone and open the chicken up for cooking. The reason I like it better this way is for grilling purposes. You get more of the chicken heated by the grill, and you get more of the smoke flavor into the chicken. You also have more surface area for seasoning.
You seem like you're cutting away a lot more stuff than you're telling me to do.
Yeah, you just kind of.
Oh, because you're cutting over that breastplate now.
Yeah, I'm
So
working around.
you gotta be saying stuff like that, because I don't know.
A lot of it is stuff that you just kind of get used to doing automatically. You see the bone that you want to remove, and you just go on and remove it.
So this breastbone here
Yes.
is gotta come out.
Yes.
Okay. That seems like a chore.
It is a bit of a chore to do this, but as you will soon find out, it's worth it.
You know, maybe I'm just gonna watch you and drink some whiskey.
And it doesn't come out perfect every time. I'm no professional at this. It is something I've been toying with.
Huh. Oh, some smooth Knob Creek there. You know, just gonna throw a shout out there to Knob Creek in case you want to send us like, I don't know, a case of Knob Creek. I talk about how great they are a lot.
Get sponsored.
They're one of our favorites.
They're definitely the best whiskey out there. I used to like beer, and then I was introduced to Knob Creek, and I was like, why am I drinking this water?
That's where it's
So, you know, if you want to sponsor us from Knob Creek, we'd be alright with that, I suppose. My wife might not like it because I'd become the best drunk there is. I wouldn't even be a drunk, I'd just be an athlete. How do you cut that out?
It takes a little bit. You just have to work kind of around the meat and the bone. A lot of this is just like basically mindless work after you get used to doing
Oh, that's
it.
how you're able to do it. Mindless work.
Yes. One of the things about cutting around the bones is you want to find those knuckles and work them out.
I finally got under that breastplate.
And once you're done, you're left with some thighs. You can cut the thigh bones up if you want by working a knife down to the meat. I found works out pretty well for me most of the time. And then kind of scraping the meat off. Again, this is not a pretty production, and I'm not
We're not
really
pretty people.
I'm not really great at it, but I do love the end product.
Pretty production for pretty people, right?
That's right. And a lot of people, they don't have like a respect for where their food comes from,
Definitely
or
makes
the
me
effort it takes to produce it.
definitely makes me not want to eat chicken as much.
Never again. Yeah, it's kind of a messy process.
I don't mind, you know, doing deer and stuff. Man, chicken's like just rolling. It's moist.
Yeah.
It's the moist best chicken out there. It's the moistest. Alright, I think I'm done.
Yeah, it looks good. It doesn't have to ever be perfect.
Good, because it's far from it.
No, I also like to do is get in here and score the breast, and that gives more surface area for flavor.
I like scoring breasts too.
And some of them the best.
The best expresses.
And then once you score it, you add the seasoning, and it's good to throw on the grill.
So here's something I'd like to cover because you are an amazing cook. And what seasonings do you use for something like this?
I generally go into the cabinet and I pull out whatever sounds like it tastes good together. But for
Well, that's a great answer.
for this taco kind of flavor, I like to use
Taco
a little bit
seasoning?
of cumin if I have it. I like to use chipotle seasoning or chili. I use cayenne, paprika, onion powder. If I have garlic powder, I'll use that. Salt and pepper. You can't really go wrong. And you know, you want to kind of gauge it by how hot you want it. You might use more of the hotter seasonings if you want it spicier. Or if you want it less spicy, you might tone down the spicy seasonings and add in more of the, say maybe the garlic and the onion, which are more mild, but they're also very pleasant.
Okay. Well, are we ready to throw them on the grill? Or get them
Just
marinating?
about.
Or what are we gonna do?
We'll go slap together a seasoning for these.
Okay.
One of them, because the other one is going to be done with
Is that bad that I just pull off a chunk of meat?
No, you just throw it in the pot.
Right. Hot?
Yeah, we can pause. Alright, now for the seasoning, keep the eye on here. For the seasoning, I like to start off by adding in maybe some pepper. I like to see how much of this I'm using because for grilling purposes, sometimes pepper, if you get too hot, can have a bitter taste. That looks like a good
regular
amount.
peppers. Like, that took forever.
Yeah, this tastes so much better though. Everything worth doing, or anything that's good, is usually a lot of work. Now, I got a little bit of powdered onion. This powdered onion I've had for a little while, but seasonings don't go bad. Sometimes they kind of clump up a bit, but you can still use it.
Oh, it's out of focus.
So you add in the powdered onion. I like quite a bit of it. And then I like to add, I'm just using what I have on hand right now, a little bit of this cayenne pepper. Yeah, it might be quite a bit.
Jesus,
I like it a little spicy.
Holy
Spanish paprika. This is good stuff too. Gives it a nice
Is it like an
flavor.
English paprika?
That's a lot.
And then I like to add in some chili powder. Of course, chili powder. It makes a very good flavor for this kind of a dish.
That's a lot.
Maybe spicy.
And I like to finish up with a little bit of salt.
Why'd you leave the bones in?
You mix it up like this. And as you can see there, it's kind of a pretty color. It's kind of like a sand painting almost when you mix these kind of ingredients up. Now, since I don't have dry or powdered garlic, I'm going to use some of this garlic from the fridge. It's already chopped, easy stuff.
I think I have powdered garlic.
I understand if you like to cut your own garlic. I usually do too. This was actually an afterthought, so I just grabbed some. And it has a little bit of liquid, so you can kind of add a little liquid to your seasoning that has some flavor.
That reminds me of like Robbie, an afterthought.
Now, what you can do is just dump it right on the meat. If you decide you want more, you make more. If you don't want to use it all, you can just set it aside or put it in a container for later use.
Alright, Pete, what are you doing here?
So for this one, we just add some salt and pepper because we're going to do barbecue sauce. This is some of my favorite barbecue sauce, Stubbs. You cannot go wrong with Stubbs. You do salt and pepper, and then we're going to grill it, and then after it's
pretty much done, we'll add the barbecue sauce and let it cook on there a little bit to give it that caramely, nice, sticky texture. Oh, it's so good. Again,
Stickiness?
none of these companies that we're talking about sponsor us.
Yeah.
We're just using them because they're some of the best products you can get.
Alright, so this is for the video for doing the chickens. We just wanted to cover a quick way to, make sure your grill's nice and clean. You use brushes nowadays and you get the brush can fall out and cause some damage to you internally. So Pete has an ingenious way here. It's just a piece of tin foil, cleans super well. It kind of forms to the grill as it cleans. And you can see he just rubs it around like that. It really does a really good job. And it's actually less effort than some of those wire brushes can be too. And it just does a hell of a good job. So just an update on where we're at. And doing a damn good job, Pete. Keep cleaning with that heat in there, and we'll watch you burn your skin off. Alright, so we're ready to put on some chicken here. It's looking damn good. Go ahead and throw it on the grill however you do what you do.
So,
now why are you putting it right there?
this is direct heat. I set the coals up to one side of the grill so that I have an area that has intense heat. That's for searing the meat.
Well, what's
Now,
that do?
After a while, it just gives the outside a nice brown coat.
Okay.
And some people think it locks in juice or flavor. I don't know. But after I flip it, it'll sear in this side.
Okay.
I'll move over to this side, which is indirect heat. Over there, it'll cook more like in an oven. This is like a frying pan, and this is like an oven. It'll slowly cook the meat inside.
So you put all the coals on this side over here,
Yep.
just so that it kind of sears it. And then you put it over here so that it cooks a little more slow, a little more in depth.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So you can cook it without burning the outside too much.
Alright, so we've got the end result here. Pete has got the chicken all done. Looks pretty good. How long do you say you got this on these indirect heat?
An hour or so?
About 2 hours or so?
Maybe, yeah.
Just until they're done. Which is
Just long enough.
just long enough, that's right. So you guys, hope this helped you out. We're going to go ahead and eat. And have a good 4th of July. America.